today was the day when all New York City public school teachers and staff were required to have gotten at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccination, or they'd lose their jobs. But the vaccine mandate hit a roadblock late Friday when a federal judge put a temporary hold on Mayor de Blasio's order. A new hearing is scheduled for Wednesday.
Now, the teachers union says the court order gives the city more time to plan for the expected staff vacancies. The union is concerned about replacements for unvaccinated workers. Some schools could lose up to 100 teachers and staffers.
United Federation of Teachers President Michael Mulgrew is joining us this morning. Nice to have you back on Good Day.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
So teachers are allowed to go into school today if they're unvaccinated, but there's a problem. You're hearing some kind of problems this morning with this, right?
Yeah, well, actually, the mandate effect was supposed to be tomorrow, not today, which never made sense to us. It should have never happened on a Tuesday. It should have always been on a Monday or Friday afternoon. We should have done it. But they're already this morning. The schools all weekend, we're talking to our schools. We have hundreds of schools who said there is not a plan. They're not getting any support from the Department of Education. And then on top of that, this morning, everybody who walks into a school building has to fill out a health screening, and the screening is telling people if you're not vaccinated, even if you have a negative test, not to come into school. So we informed the Department of Ed of this at about 5 o'clock this morning, that their computer system for what's called COVID Pass was wrong, and it was going to cause problems. But that's what we're dealing with all of the time right now. Schools, everybody who works in a school feels a trust with the parents and with the students about trying to keep them safe, and all they're asking for is some stability and a little support, and they're getting neither right now.
Well, let me ask you something. Are you concerned, I mean, because of this COVID pass now, that teachers who are unvaccinated are not going to show up today because they're confused?
Absolutely, because that COVID pass is your employer telling you not to come to school. So it's pretty, I'm hoping they fix it quickly. I just went on right before we came on, and it's still, if you say you're not vaccinated, it's still coming up red.
Well, can't the teachers union send out their own email and say, please disregard this and come to work?
No, because we're not the employer, and that's a direct order from your employer. So it's really up to them to fix it. That's the difference. We'll try. Look, we worked all weekend, and we're going to work constantly right now. We're reaching out to all the schools. How many staff are you going to be missing? And it's all staff, support staff. Remember, the teachers are now over 95% vaccinated, but that still leaves 6,000 people out there that are not vaccinated at this point. The court case is not helpful. All of this stuff that's going on, this constant turmoil, is exactly what we didn't need at the beginning of this school year. The teachers did the right thing the first week, and since that first couple of days, the mayor's changing policies. The mandate was supposed to go into effect on a Tuesday morning. I mean, it's exactly what educators always try to avoid. We know we need stability, and if you can't help us, at least don't hurt us, is really what it comes down to.
And it's just complete lack of stability right now, a couple weeks into the school year, which is unbelievable. But the DOE is confident that this mandate is going to be upheld. The teachers union, however, they're for vaccines. They're just against this vaccine mandate. It's a big and powerful union. What are you going to do? How do you?
We were against the mandate because the original Department of Health order was illegal because it said that it wouldn't recognize or would take people off of payroll for religious or medical exemption reasons. That's illegal. The court has already the court made the city put out a new Department of Health order. They had to amend their order. So for now, what our own lawyers are telling us is this order looks legal. But another group has brought this into a court, a different court, and we'll see what they say. But it's basically 115 years of law on vaccine mandates in this country. And if you do a mandate local level, it has to be the Department of Health, but it also must have medical and religious exemptions, which their order does now.
So with the DOE talking about them, do they have the money to hire 28,000 new workers, and B, have those workers have at least one dose? And then are they ready to step in this week? It just seems like such a big ask.
They're not ready because everything has to go through the mayor. The mayor makes all the decisions. So when we should have been planning on this for weeks, you have to remember when the mayor issued the vaccine mandate, both myself and the president of the principals union said right away, we said, what's the plan? What is your plan? Because we have to keep those schools safe. And it's always the teachers do not want to tell parents that, listen, I don't know if I can keep your child safe. That's the last thing any teacher or principal wants to say to a parent. And they've taken great pride in being able to say that throughout this pandemic. But they're really getting to the point where they're just getting fed up with the constant, they don't expect support at this point from the mayor or the Department of Ed, but they're like, could you ask them to stop hurting us and making it more difficult?
Michael, listen. Everybody's getting mandated to take the vaccines.
Yeah.
It's not like we're picking on the teachers union or teachers. I mean, we work in private practice. Most people in private practice are told either you get the vaccine mandate or stay home or we're firing you.
So it's not
why should the teachers be exempt?
No, it's not. If you're doing a mandate, you then have to have a plan in place so that the school can open safely. What the teachers are, last week on Friday and over this weekend with different groups of teachers, they're like, I don't want to be put in a position where our choice is to put 5 classes in an auditorium with 2 teachers or, in putting people in that close situation. We want to make sure we have the right staff in place so that we can keep people safe. That's what the frustration is. It's that you didn't set up a plan. Look, you're talking to teachers. We have a plan every day. We have a plan for every hour we're in the classroom. And we know we have to adjust because they never work out the way we've set them up. But that's the art of teaching. We get quite angry when people who are making decisions for us have no plan. And that's what's driving us nuts. The mandate, look, we're 95% vaccinated. That's higher than anybody.
Gotcha.
So
all right, Michael,
it's really about that plan.
Michael, if your teachers are watching you today, right here on Good Day New York, and they filled out the COVID pass and it tells them not to go to work because they're not vaccinated, do you want to tell them something? Speak directly to
I would say to them right now to call their principal. Get in touch exactly with your principal right now. And hopefully, since we told the Department of Ed about this at 5 a.m., they've sent out a directive to the principals that would say as long as people are not vaccinated but have a negative test, they can come to work today.
Thank you, Michael Mulgrew.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
What a massive headache. Wow.
It's always something.
Wow. Feel bad for the kids.